Hello everyone, welcome to Voxcel. In this video, we're going to discuss speaking part 1 and the topic for today is neighborhood. So let's see some of the expected questions that you can encounter. So you can be asked, can you describe your neighborhood? So it can be asked you, or it can be asked you in the form of describe your neighborhood. Can you tell me something about your neighborhood? How your neighborhood looks like? Something like that. So the questions can be paraphrased, but you can get the idea what kind of questions you may be asked in the exam. So how can you attempt this kind of question? So we're gonna get you some ideas for that. So you can start by saying, my neighborhood is a mix of residential buildings and small local businesses. So if you are living in a neighborhood where you can see houses and small local businesses like shops, confectionaries, bakeries, stationery shops, so things like that. So you can talk like this. So if you are living in a neighborhood with only residential buildings, you can say I live in a residential neighborhood, something like that. So you don't have to memorize the answers. Be very careful about that. We are just giving you some samples that you can use to find some vocabulary, or you can get to know how you can expand your answers. So now we will expand on it. There are tree lined streets, a couple of parks, and a few cafes dotted around. So I have told them what kind of neighborhood or how my neighborhood looks like. So there are tree lined streets, so mean to say trees are like planted on the streets. There are a couple of parks and few cafes dotted around. That's a vocabulary for you, means scattered around. Like in my neighborhood you can find 2 or 3 cafes. It's not too crowded, but there's still enough activity to make it lively. So we have already also told them about the population, how densely populated it is. It's not too densely populated, too crowded, but it is enough, like there are enough people to make it lively. I hope you get the idea. Overall, it strikes a nice balance between calmness and convenience. So because of the residential and commercial aspect of my neighborhood, it is a bit convenient to live here because you don't have to go far away to uh, procure things. Clear? Let's see. What do you like most about your neighborhood? Now we can talk about the things that we like, the buildings, the places we like in our neighborhood. Let's see, sir. Let's see the answer. The best thing about my neighborhood is its proximity to nature. There's a beautiful park just a 5-minute walk away where I often go jogging or to read under the trees. Additionally, the sense of community here is strong and people greet each other warmly, which makes it feel welcoming. So you can also talk about different kind of settings or different kind of places in your neighborhood that you like to go. If you don't like any place in your neighborhood, like if you think the place where you will feel comfortable is not there, you can say like that. Well, honestly, I don't like anything, or there is no one particular place in my neighborhood that I like the most. So because I like this kind of place, for example, if you like library and there is no library in your neighborhood, you can talk about that. I hope you get the idea. Next question. How has your neighborhood changed over time? So now in this question, examiner is asking us to compare past with present. Like over time, like if you compare it for like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, basically in the past and at present, what is the main difference, or what are the main differences that you noticed or that you notice in your neighborhood? Let's see the answer. Over the years, my neighborhood has become more developed. New apartment complexes have been built, and some old shops have been replaced by trendy boutiques. While these changes bring modernity, I sometimes miss the charm of the older, simpler days when everything felt less commercialized. So, you can tell the examiner how your neighborhood looked like in the past. So, you can talk about in the past we had simple neighborhood, there were no high rise buildings, no apartment buildings, but now we have a lot of these kinds of things because it's the trend nowadays to make apartments in the cities, basically. So you can talk that it was better then or as compared to now, or if you like these kinds of things over the simpler ones, you can say it is becoming better. So it's up to you. Next question. Are there any shops or restaurants you frequently visit in your neighborhood? So here they're asking about again, that's a similar. Is there anything that you like in your neighborhood? So you can be asked like this also. Let's see how can we answer this. Yes, I'm regular at this little family owned bakery down the street. So if there is any particular shop that you go regularly, you can talk like that. Their freshly baked their freshly baked croissants are irresistible. So you can talk about your favorite dish over there. If you go like to go to library, you can say, yeah, I am regular to the library, something like that. Why? Because it helps me to get more information in a short period of time. Some okay, you can talk about anything, any building, any shop, any restaurant that you want. Okay, there's also a cozy cafe nearby where I grab coffee every morning, and honestly it's become part of my daily routine. These places give the neighborhood a homely feel. So I have told the examiner like these are my favorite places to go and why and what I do there obviously. So the examiner will get the all the information he or she needs to understand why I like these places. Okay, if you like some other kinds of places, you can talk about those places, but do give the reason why you like those places. Do you know your neighbors well? Why or why not? Now, do not get confused between neighborhood and neighbors. Neighborhood is the surrounding area, neighbors are the people, obviously. If we talk about next door neighbors, I do, and I often exchange pleasantries with them. Occasionally, we even share food or help each other out with small tasks. But the ones living a bit far from my home, not as well as I'd like to, unfortunately. In today's fast paced world, everyone seems to be busy with their own lives. I rarely get a chance to meet them, and even if I do, it's usually a quick hello. So I have told them now the neighbors, it can be your next door neighbor or the neighbor in like in your back street or two streets down the road, something like that. So you can tell, yeah, if I talk about my next door neighbors or neighbors living nearby, yeah, I know them very well and what we do together. And if I talk about those who are living a bit far from my home, we don't get enough time to meet each other on regular basis because obviously we all are busy in our lives. I hope it is clear. Let's see this question. Would you prefer living in a quieter or busier neighborhood? Why? Now the examiner is asking you to compare these two things, quieter or busier, and pick one and tell the reason why you will pick that particular place. So we'll say I'd prefer a quieter neighborhood because I value peace and relaxation. So you can pick busier also. It's up to you what kind of preference you have. Examiners will not judge your preference. They just want to understand what are you picking and why are you picking that particular option. Busy areas can be fun for short visits, but they tend to get overwhelming after a while. So, I have told them why I will not like to live in a busy neighborhood. Why? Because, yeah, they are fun for short visits because you will see a lot of people there. There will be a lot of hustle and bustle. But after a while, for me, I think it gets overwhelming. A calm environment allows me to focus better and enjoy quality time without distraction. So that's why I prefer calmer environments. Next question. Is your neighborhood safe? How do you know? Now they are asking about your opinion on something. Okay, is your neighborhood safe? That means what about the crime rate? Is the crime rate high or low? Something like that. And how do you know is it is safe or not? So you have to give the reason. Yeah, it's quite safe. I've never had any issues walking alone late at night or heard about any major crime taking place in my area. So that's how I know because in my experience also, when I come late at night, I'm walking down the street, I never fear anything because I know it's a secure place. Or also, I have never heard about any major crime taking place in my area. Small crimes like bit sometime fights, you can say some sort of road rage or something like that, it's common everywhere. You cannot prevent that because you cannot prevent people from living at any particular place. If there are people, there will be some kind of fights or a bit of violence, you can say. You cannot prevent that, but nothing major. Plus, there are security guards patrolling the area regularly, which adds an extra layer of security. So this also helps me to keep my peace of mind. You can tell people feel secure because kids play outside until evening. So this is also one indication that it's a secure neighborhood. I hope you get the idea. Next question. What improvements would you suggest for your neighborhood? Now they are asking for your suggestion. I'd love to see more green spaces like gardens or playgrounds to encourage outdoor activities. Now I'm telling them what kind of improvement or improvements I'd like to see. Now we will have to tell them why. As children now stay home glued to their phones a lot, it will help to get them out of their home. So obviously we know children are nowadays are busy on their phones, they do not want to leave their homes. So if they have gardens or playgrounds nearby, it will help to get them out of their homes. Better street lighting would also be helpful, obviously, especially during winter months when it gets dark early. I hope it is clear. So, this is how you can develop your answers. If you want to see more such videos, leave us comment below, or you can go to our playlist where we have uploaded other such videos as well. If you want a video on a specific topic, you can tell us in the comment section, and we will try to make the video on that particular topic as soon as possible. So, that's it for this video then. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and goodbye.